Hey guys, Monday update here. Tony George from DocSports.com. CO good news, bad news. Quick recap of the weekend. Free NBA play coming your way. I'll tell you about a big play in the NFL we've got tonight. Keep the hype down. Obviously, my two sides in a total yesterday in the NFL and a teaser play, they all lost. You know, had a bad day on Sunday. Worst day I've had in 3 years. College football, 4-2, hit a top play. 4-1 on the Friday, Saturday cards. Wisconsin was a big 6-unit winner for us. Only game we lost out on was Arizona, who just didn't bring it in the first half in that game against USC. USC just so unpredictable at times, but I really like Tate going in that game with Arizona, but just didn't get it done. But on Sunday, we had a top play on Tampa Bay. They lost their quarterback before halftime, and we had Fitzpatrick in there. So, bad break. They were still in it at halftime, playing terrible, and they were still in it. And they'd given up 7 points on a special teams play, and they just threw in the towel at halftime. I mean, what are you going to do? You lose your starting quarterback in a top play, you're screwed. We put out our plays on Thursday at Doc Sports for the entire week, mandatory. Don't put them out after that. When I put up the Kansas City game, I took Kansas City. Because the number 2 rushing offense in the NFL at that particular point in time, I put the play up, their running back wasn't going to play. He ended up playing. It is what it is. A win's a win, a loss a loss. And look, the way Kansas City's defense played, they could have had, they could have brought Emmitt Smith in at age 50-something. He'd have ran all over him. So I'm not making excuses, and last night we had the under in the Miami-Oakland game, and yeah, well, you saw what happened. Prevent defense with less than 2 minutes left, and they let them score. So there were some bad calls in that game. There was some bad officiating across the NFL. But nonetheless, a bad day in the NFL, better than average in college football. And so what? Monday, I have my Monday Night Football game of the year. It's an 8-unit play. It's guaranteed. Whether I went 8-0 or 0-9 over the weekend, that's water on the bridge. Right here, right now. I stand behind this play today. It's a good, solid play. Also, I got a 4-unit play in the NBA. And also have a 4-unit play in NHL tonight. NHL action. Rangers and Blue Jackets. Check it out. 4-unit play for my hockey guy. So we're looking, he passed yesterday and won on Saturday. So we're looking forward to getting a win in NHL. And NBA still solid. Had a totals loss on Sunday, push on Saturday. So kind of a 0-1-1 weekend in NBA, which I was a little disappointed with. I had the over in the Pacers game yesterday, and them and the Knicks didn't score a lot of points. I figured that'd be 125 plus. So it ends up being like 109 or something. So we laid like 217. So nonetheless, not a great Sunday. Tell it like it is, but it's going to be a great Monday. Tell you that right now. I plan on a 3-0 sweep today, NBA, hockey, and, of course, my big NFL play. It's guaranteed. Doc Sports below. And the free plays this weekend split. We lost on the hook on the Ravens hanging in there with Tennessee yesterday. A little bit shocking, actually, that Tennessee didn't run the ball better. I mean, really. There are just a lot of crazy things that happened in the NFL yesterday. I mean, Philly and the LA Rams score 102 points. You found out a lot of things. Tampa Bay can't get their head out of their ass. They can't get it together on the same page offensively or defensively. It didn't help that Fitzpatrick was in there not doing well. The Rams are for real. The Giants suck. The Broncos suck. They suck. Houston without Watson, they're done. Jacksonville's for real. I mean, there's some things now that are set in stone. It's not going to be Jekyll and Hyde. You're going to get exactly what you see. That's one good thing as a professional handicapper with, basically half the season left. Kick some ass and take some names starting tonight. That being said, let's go ahead and, first of all, tip of the hat and shout out to those affected down in Texas this weekend. I wanted to get that out. Terrible thing that happened down there in Sutherland Springs. Undescribable, unimaginable, and just wretched. You know, they had the thing in New York last week as well. I mean, it's just, you know, we're living in a crazy world, folks, so batten down the hatches. But thoughts and prayers go out to those in Texas today. I wanted to give a shout out for that. I think we're all thinking about that. NBA game tonight, you know, very rarely, you know, when you talk about handicapping the NBA, you talk about overlays against power ratings, overlays against spread. You power rate all these games, and then, you know, Team A's at 100, Team B's at 94. The spread should be 6, and the spread's, you know, 17. And kind of the situation tonight in one of these games. The only reason I didn't take this as a premium play versus my other game, because I'm going to take the Suns and the Nets game. I got a couple good angles in that game tonight for my premium play for 4 units. But this game here was kind of juggling them both. You got Miami Heat that beat the Clippers last night, but they're playing back-to-back nights on the road. You know, West Coast swing. That's always kind of a fade spot. But oddsmakers opened this up at 17, 17.5. Now it's 17, 16.5 in most places as I do this update about 8 o'clock in the morning. Central Time. But nonetheless, you know, Golden State, their last 3 games, they just absolutely were lights out from the floor. And Durant was just on fire in his last game. I think he shot like 56% from the floor, just some insane number. But we all know Golden State can then tee it up at home. How fired up are you going to be for Miami? You know, Miami's got the 12th best defense in the NBA, which is better than average. You know, and they're middle of the road on scoring too. They're just a middle of the road type team, but they're not a bad team. You know, at all. You know, they're an average team that's going to put up a fight, and I don't know how fired up Golden State is going to be for them, but I've got a 5.5 point overlay on this game and power ratings in the spread. Almost 6 when it opened up. So if you get more than 3.5 point overlay in any NBA game, you got to take a look at the dog. You know, if it's going your way, or vice versa. Same thing on a total. You know, so at the end of the day here, Miami Heat catches 16.5. This is an NBA team. Laying 16.5 in the NBA would be like laying 30 in college football. I mean, you know, you're spotting somebody, you know, 17-0 to tip off the gate. You know, they're going to hang around, you know, and Miami can score some points. They score about 104 a game. I mean, I think they're going to make it respectable. Golden State wins, but I'll take the Heat. Plus the huge number in the NBA on Monday, your free play. Lions-Packers night, 8-unit play. My only 8-unit play of the year in the NFL so far. NBA and hockey. Come on. Let's get it done. We'll bounce back off a bad Sunday tonight and put a bunch of units in our pocket, and we'll get ready for next week, boys.